Okay, welcome to Great Southern Footy Fanatics, and we're very lucky today to be joined by Megan Sherry, and obviously we're here, as you can see from behind us, harvest the fluoro, which is fantastic, and all our fluoro milk products. We've got all the Frost Faulkner footies. Yeah, it's just terrific to be alive out here with the sun shining as we look at what's going on with round 5. But Megan, you've got a very special role in the GSFL as GSFLW Executive Officer. Yeah, so tell us a bit about it. How is the GSFLW going so far this season?
It's definitely been an amazing start to the season. We've had a lot of competition in that top tier. There is a bit of a division between that bottom tier. I'm sorry.
That's all right. No, but obviously McLaren are going very well. Wollonga are really, last year's premiers in the 17s and also the A grade. They were really a hot side. They're travelling terrifically well. Then there's Galway. Now, what can you tell me about Galway?
I told you, I'm so sorry.
well, Galway Port Elliot, though you're smoking, you told me a minute ago. So yeah. That is terrific that they're coming along. Then you've got Victor and Yank and Strathalbyn. So it's a really good competition that we've got these teams that are really filling up what's going on at GSFLW. And the competition's growing, interest is growing, and it's just tremendous.
Yeah, we are trying a few different things this season. We have started doing Friday and Saturday night games, try and get a few more people involved. A bit more club support as well, so that's been absolutely fantastic. We had a great hit out at Strathalbyn and they had an awesome response. Plenty of dinners being sold and that sort of thing. So yeah, it was a really, really great initiative to give a whirl, and we'll be reviewing that about round 7 to find out how everyone's going with that. But yeah, it's been great so far.
Yeah, well, GSFLW, we're having a bye this week, so yes. There's no GSFLW, so all the attention is going to be back to the boys in the GSFL. But just over the first few rounds, have you got a star? Who's the new star that's emerging out of the GSFLW?
I mean, I'm absolutely loving Galway's. Galway is just trying really hard. They've done everything right from the start really well. They've built a really great side. They've got a great coach in place. But I mean, Wollonga is just dominating these last few rounds. So I think it's going to be an intense end to the season. But yeah, I'm excited to see the rest of the games.
Oh, well, that's great. So I know it gets great support now when you're doing these other initiatives with Friday night, Saturday nights and the Sundays. You're really coming into a new market there and people are supporting it, which is tremendous. Now let's get through to this round. We're coming into the Great Southern Football League. Things are really starting to steam up in this competition. It's the breakthrough round this week.
Yes.
Breakthrough round, very important initiative here from the GSFL. Fluoro Milk are right behind it. This is in support of mental health. We know it doesn't matter how old, what's your gender or anything like that. It affects everybody, and it's that hidden issue, and it's about raising that awareness.
And it's really, really promising seeing how many clubs are getting on board. It is really exciting that everyone is taking it as a serious issue these days, because as you said, it affects everyone, and it's just fantastic to get that coverage over such an important issue.
Good, well let's get down to the nuts and bolts of the football season. Langhorne Creek are hosting my Ponga Sellicks. Now, you'd be full abreast of what's going on with the Mudlarks, wouldn't you?
I'm getting up there.
Oh, that's good. Well, they are the surprise packet. Langhorne Creek, well, they've floundered again on the weekend. Can I just say congratulations to Rowdy James, Damien James, played his 400th game. Too bad it was a loss. They cheered him off the ground. A fitting end, well, not an end, but a fitting result for a real competitor, as everyone knows. But Langhorne Creek are really going to be up against them. Ponga Sellicks absolutely did put the pants down on Encounter Bay last week, and Encounter Bay were undefeated before that. And you've got to like what's going on with my Ponga Sellicks, with Ben Kennedy kicking goals. They've got Chalmers, Delahaye Miller, Kempster, Proud, Cock. They've really got a good team. And Armat Watkins keeps kicking goals. He kicked 4 again on the weekend.
Very impressive. It's very exciting to see.
Yeah, Rod Mitchell's really putting a good list together. The Hawks, on the other hand, they're really starting to fall off a bit of a cliff. Do we write them off?
I don't think so.
No, I think you're very... Hey, they've played in the last 4 grand finals. You don't write off them. They're almost like the Richmond of the Great Southern Footy League. You sort of don't want to... You want to tread carefully when you start looking at them. But the whole thing is Scott and Matt Tonkin are playing good footy. Darcy Clifford is going very well. And you've got young Tauki, young Continuary, they're going wonderful. And then you've got Howe and, of course, Rowdy James, who does not give an inch. But who's your tip?
I'm not tipping. I don't get a part of that.
Oh, come on.
No.
You're part of our team.
No, I'm all for the league, friend.
Oh, I know, but you're part of the Footy Fanatic family. We've got to come out with something. You know John Griffin is watching this show,
I know.
and he's expecting big things from you, Megan.
Oh,
So come on.
No, I'm not a part of the tipping. I'm just hope everyone has fun.
Oh my God. Okay. Righto, well, I reckon my Ponga Select and my Ponga Selects will win comfortably. And I don't know the last time that they won over in at Murray Road at Langhorne Creek. So that'll be
The cameraman reckons my Ponga Select.
Well, there you go. Scream from the back blocks. Good on you. Out from the strawberry fields. That's terrific bats. Okay, McLaren take on Strath. Now this will be one of the matches of the round.
Yeah.
I really like Strathalbyn did a good job on Victor Harbour last week. Only 3 goals, probably the match of the round last week. But McLaren, gee, are they travelling very well?
They definitely are. I'm going to tip for this one though.
Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Let's go.
No, I'm back in Strath for this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
Just because I like the way that they play. I think that there's going to be some serious competition there.
Right. Well, Riley Clamp playing really good footy. Mark Elliott certainly leading from the front. This is all for Strath, and I keep going on. He's one of my favourites, Mark Tucker. And of course, then you've got the Ben Simmons, those big hands down there, and that beautiful kick from 50. He's kicking goals as well. And the one lad I really like, he kicked a couple last week, and that's Cooper Machin. He's one of my favourites. Coop, keep it going, play the ball, and let's keep doing it. Work your magic, mate. You're wonderful. But McLaren, Merritt's kicking goals. Grimley kicked 8 last week. Oh, gee, they're going really well, and they're really going to take some stopping. Gianni's got a well-oiled machine there.
Well,
So,
what's your tip then?
well, I'm going to go for McLaren. You know,
Okay.
Brett Ellis is in form. Young Lukey Mitten goes really well. Tarek Redigolo, Moyle, Kate Ellison kick 4. There's just too much of them. They're a powerhouse at the
I
moment.
think Luke Mitten's definitely one to watch.
Sorry?
I really like Luke Mitten.
Yeah,
Luke Mitten.
talented,
Yeah.
isn't he? He's
Yeah.
a terrific young footballer. So I think McLaren will beat Strath. It's at McLaren, so I'll lean that way. Next game, Victor Harbour and Yank. That's at Victor. Tigers struggling a little bit. I like the way Mika James got really disappointed last week. Only named one best player, that's Jesse Fitzgerald. Jack Fitzgerald popped up and kicked half their score. They really did get a thumping. You would think Victor Harbour are going to win this. You don't think so? You're not going to have a tip?
I'm not tipping this one.
Okay. Well, I think Victor Harbour looking pretty strong. Look, you know, Jesse McKinnon. You've got Heath Talor is doing really well in ruck. Zach Dowling, Jackson Elms, young Yeomans is going really well. I like his leadership and the way he goes about it. So I think Victor have just got too much power.
Can't go past Victor.
No, with Sam Basham had a quiet one last week, so I expect those big hands to go clunking. And if he can kick straight, he could come home with a bag. But you know, don't write off the Tigers. They've got a young side. They've got a good young coach. We mentioned Jesse Fitzgerald and Jack Fitzgerald, but I like Sam Crawford and Ashley Bond. Is always a young lad that always gives his best. He's not that young these days because he takes on the big jobs, but I'm expecting them to really take up a fight. But I'll go for Victor.
All right.
Righto, good. Next game is Mount Compass and Encounter Bay. Now this will be a good game. Encounter Bay have got to bounce back from last week. The Bulldogs, on the other hand, do you know much about them?
I am a Compass girl, so I do know a bit.
Righto, well what do you think? How can Compass win this match?
I'm not. Yeah, no, Mount Compass, they've got some really, really great players coming through, and I am excited to see how they come through this week.
Well, Sam Hannaford, Adam Hunter,
Yeah.
you know, Adam's really leading from the front. He's going really well. Han, they've picked up. Klaus Simons always does a job.
He's always a very, very strong backman.
He's a very disciplined footballer. Then you got Ziggy popping up and kicking goals now. You know, he joins with Tom Pinion. I don't care what you say. There is no doubt that Tom Pinion and Ziggy Vincunas are 2 of the best key forwards in the competition. And as long as they're in your football team, you're going to get optimum efficiency with any ball going back in the forward 50.
And having Adam Hunter in the midst to get it out, you've got a good combination there.
That's right. And then, of course, you've got Nick Brokenshire.
Yeah.
You know, the bloke that led them to 2 premierships only, 5 or 6 years ago. So, you know, I do like what Compass got. Meanwhile, the Bays, you know, they've got Nick Marshall. Do you know much about young Nick?
No.
He's a beautiful young footballer. He's one that we've trumped up many times. Kicked 6 last week. He's certainly someone you can't take your eyes off. Marcus Lippett's going really well. Cohen Pettit. And then you've got Lockie Williams, Hamish Tonkin. You know, there's some really good footballers in the Encounter Bay team. But I think Mount Compass at home might be able to hold on, and Bays might be losing 2 in a row. And Scotty Winterbourd's got his job to do some homework. So I'm going for Compass.
I'm a Compass girl, so stick with Compass.
Good one, Megan. Last game of the round is Gould Port Elliot versus Wollonga. Now, the Magpies are really struggling. I know you're talking about them being a real powerful unit in the GSFLW, but at the moment, Michael Kilsby's got some work to do there to get the best out of some young kids.
Well, they might get some tips from the women's side.
They might indeed, but they'll tell you what, there are some good kids there. I do like Charlie Steele. You know, I think he's a good young kid. Jade Cooper, Fraser Hayward, they're doing very well. Wilson King, and of course then you've got the leadership of Daniel Fry. So, you know, the Magpies have got a core there, but they do fall away, and that's where Wollonga are going to exploit. And no team can exploit weaknesses in a football team more than the Demons.
Yeah.
So, you know, you look at what Mitch Portlock's got there. You've got Jake Stanfield, he's kicking goals. You know, I love the way Jake goes about his footy. He's going well. Daniel Bass. When you've got that height down in the goal square, it can be intimidating for a young team. And then you've got, you know, Darcy Scott, Fenton, Warmington, Colwell, Hutchins, and Liam Nye. They've got a really good core team. They don't fall away, and I would expect Wollonga to win.
I'm back in Wollonga too.
Oh, okay.
There we
Good
go.
to see we've got a couple of tips out of Megan Sherry. Thank you very much. So that's the round this week. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you're enjoying watching the Great Southern Footy Fanatics on this platform.
Breakthrough.
Andrew Batt does a fantastic job for us. He's not just a secretary and a pretty face. He's a guy that can make all this happen for us. Fleurieu Milk, all our major sponsors, we thank them. Goodison Brewery, North Point Fleurieu. You know, these are all the people. Harvest Fleurieu, like, you know, let's get them, get along here and pick a strawberry every now and then.
Yeah, and don't forget it is the breakthrough round, so make sure that you get around and support them.
Okay, so we'll see you at the footy.
I'll be there.